Welcome to computer science class. In this session, we discuss a new data structure, that is Q. Here, Q is a non-primitive linear data structure. It is a non-primitive linear data structure. It is a non-primitive means here we mainly concentrate on grouping of items. Then in a Q, here also we insert an element and here also we delete a element. But insertion is takes place from different end and deletion is also takes place from different end. Let's see the definition of Q. Here Q is a ordered collection of items. It is a ordered collection of items where insertion takes place. Insertion takes place from rear end and deletion of existing item is takes place from another end that is front. See the definition. It is an ordered collection of item where insertion takes place. Here insertion means we have to insert a new element that is takes place from rear end. One end, that end is called rear, and deletion of existing item is takes place from another end, that end is called front end. What is the meaning of that? In a Q, there is a two different ends. If the element is deleted, that is using rear end. If the element is removed, that is from the front end. Insertion is takes place from rear, deletion is takes place from front. Let's consider the array. The name of the array is Q. Index values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the items are A, B, C, D, E. So these are the items. Then just relate the example to the definition. Definition says insertion is takes place from rear end. Here we insert the element. This end is called rear end. Then deletion is takes place from the front end. So this is the front end. There is a two ends. One is front and another one is the rear. Always insertion takes place from rear end. Deletion is takes place from the front end. Hence Q follows first in, first out principle. First in, first out principle. So that is, we call it as FIFO. First in, first out principle. Then what is the difference between stack and Q? Stack is also data structure, Q is also data structure. But in a Q, insertion and deletion takes place from the same end, that end is called top. But in a Q, insertion and deletion takes place from different end. So stack follows last in, first out. Last in, first out principle. Last in, first out. That is, we call it as last in, first out. LIFO. Q follows FIFO principle, then stack follows LIFO principle. So in a LIFO, last in, first out, because insertion and deletion takes place from the same end. But in a queue, insertion and deletion takes place from different end. So in a generally over queue we perform two operations. The first one is NQ operations and second one is DQ operations. NQ and DQ, these are the commonly used operations. Say here NQ means we have to insert a new element to the existing data structure. That process is called NQ. Then DQ means we have to delete a element from the data structure. Here we have to delete a existing element from the data structure. That process is called DQ. These are the two operations, commonly used operations on queue. If you delete a element from the queue means the first inserted element is deleted, that is A is deleted, then B is deleted. So like this the elements are removed. If you want to insert a new element to the existing data structure, then that is inserted to the position 5, 6, 7 like this. So that is the basic principle of queue. Here queue is a ordered collection of items. It is a collection of items, ordered collection. Then all orders are in sequential, that is we call it as linear. Then each items are accessed through its index values. Where insertion, here insertion means inserting a new element, is takes place from the one end, that end is called rare. And deleting a existing element, deletion of existing item, is takes place from another end, that end is called front. So the first element is removed first. Generally we have a lot of examples in a queue. In a general queue, if you wait for an ticket, then there is a queue. Then in that queue, first person will get a first ticket, second person will get a second ticket, like this. Say it is also same. The first inserted element is deleted first, second inserted element deleted second, like this. Let's see the types of queues. Types of queues. There is a 4 types of queues. The first one is simple queue, simple queue. Second one is circular queue, simple queue. Second one is circular queue. Third one is priority, priority queue. Then fourth one is double-ended, double-ended queue. These are the 4 types of queue. Queue is a ordered collection. Let's discuss one by one. First consider the simple queue. Simple queue. In a simple queue, it is same as the definition of queue. Here, in a simple queue, in simple queue, insertion is takes place from, insertion is takes place from rare end, and deletion is takes place from front end. Deletion is takes place from front end. That is called simple queue. Let's see the diagram. It is an ordered collection of elements. Ordered collection of elements. The name of the array is queue. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the index values. A, B, C, D are the elements. Then this is the front. Last one is the rear. Front and rear. So this is the example for simple queue. In a simple queue, insertion is takes place from rear end. Deletion is takes place from front end. Then consider the second one, that is circular queue. Circular queue. Circular queue. In a circular queue, rear end follows the front end. Rear end follows the front end. That is called circular queue. Rear end follows the front end. Here rear and front are the different. See the diagram. Again, queue is a array, have n number of elements. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the index values. Items are A, B, C, D are the items. Okay, E, F, these are the items. What is the meaning of circular queue? Rear end. Here, this is the rear end. Then this one is the front end. So, rear end follows the front end. This end follows the front end. That is the meaning of circular queue. Rear end follows the front end. Then, third one is priority queue. Priority queue. In a priority queue, insertion and deletion depends on some preset priority. In priority queue, insertion and deletion. Insertion and deletion depends on some preset priority. That is the priority queue. Some preset priority depends on the priority. Then fourth one is double queue or double-ended queue. Double-ended queue. Name itself says it is a double-ended. The meaning of the double-ended means insertion and deletion takes place from both the ends. Insertion and deletion. Insertion and deletion take place from both the ends. That is the meaning of double-ended queue. It is also called DQ. DQ stands for here double-ended queue. Let's see the diagram. This is the data structure. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the elements. Then we have to delete and inserting at both the ends. That is the meaning of double-ended queue. Insertion and deletion takes place from both the ends. So these are the 4 types of queue. In examination, it is asked for 3 marks. Sometimes also asked for 5 marks. 3 or 5 marks question. Mark it as important. Queue is a ordered collection of items. Insertion takes place from the rear end. Deletion takes place from the front end. So queue follows first in first out principle. Then the difference between queue and a stack is queue follows first in first out principle. Stack follows last in first out principle, because in a stack last inserted element is deleted first. But in a queue, first inserted element is deleted first. That is the major difference between queue and a stack. Then in a stack there is no types, but in a queue there is 4 types. The first one is simple queue, second one is circular queue, third one is priority queue, and fourth one is double-ended queue or DQ. In a simple queue, insertion is take place from the rear, deletion is take place from the front. That is called simple queue. Then second one is circular queue. The rear end follows the front end. The rear end follows the front end. That is called circular queue. Then third one is priority queue. In a priority queue, insertion and deletion is depends on some preset priority. It depends on the priority. Then last one is double-ended queue. In a double-ended queue, insertion and deletion both takes place from both the ends. Both are takes place from both the ends. That is, these are the four types of queues. Let's discuss the operations on queue. Operations on queue. The first operation on queue is queue itself. Queue. Then second one is NQ. NQ of item. Then third one is DQ. Then fourth one is empty. Then fifth one is size. So these are the operations on queue. There is a 5 operations on queue. Just to compare with the stack. Stack have 6 operations, but queue have 5 operations. In a stack, the 6 operations are: first one is stack, push, pop, peek, is empty, and size. Here the NQ is same as push operation, DQ is same as pop operation. But there is no peek operation in queue. Let's see the operations one by one. The first one is queue. It creates. Queue means it create new data structure. New data structure. It do not need any parameters. Do not need any parameters, but return empty queue. But it returns empty queue. Say creation of data structure do not need any parameters or any items, but it returns a empty queue. Then second operation is NQ. It is same as push operation in stack. In NQ, we insert a item to the existing queue. Insert a new item to the existing queue. That is called NQ. It needs a parameter. It needs a parameter and it modifies the queue. Next one is DQ. Here we remove the item. We remove the item from existing queue. You remove the item from existing queue. It do not need any parameters. Do not need any parameters, but it modify the queue. See the difference. NQ, it is a process to insert a new element. In NQ, we insert a item, new element into the existing queue. It needs a parameter. That parameter is the new item, and it modifies the queue. The process NQ and DQ both modifies the queue. In a NQ, it increases the size. In DQ, it decreases the size. But DQ do not need any parameters. Next one is empty. Here we verify the items. Verify the items or verify the queue. Verify the items whether items are present or not. Whether items are present or not. It do not need any parameters. Do not need any parameters, but it returns Boolean value. See here, is empty. Here we have to verify whether the items are present or not, or whether the queue is empty or not. Then do not need any parameters, but it returns a Boolean value. Here Boolean values are again true or false. There is no item, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. The last operation is size. It returns number of items. It returns number of items in queue. Number of items in queue. Do not need any parameters. Do not need any parameters, but returns integer value. But it returns integer value. So these are the 5 operations on queue. The first one is queue itself. It is a process to create a new data structure, that is the queue. It is process to create a new data structure, that is the queue. Do not need any parameters, but it returns a empty queue. Next one is NQ of item. It is a process to insert a new item. In NQ, we have to insert a new item to the existing queue. New item to the existing queue. It needs a parameter and it also modifies the queue because we have to insert a new item, hence the queue is modified, but it do not return nothing. Then DQ, we remove the item. It is a process to remove the item from the existing queue. Remove the item from the existing queue. Do not need any parameters, but it modifies the queue. It modifies the queue because the item is deleted from the queue, so modifies the queue. In a is empty, here we verify the item whether items are present. Here items are the element variables, those are present or not. It do not need any parameters, but it returns a Boolean value. It returns a Boolean value. Then fifth one is size. It returns number of items in a queue. It returns how many number of items present in the queue. It do not need any parameters. Do not need any parameters, but returns a integer value. These are also important in point of examination. It is asked for 5 marks. Mark it as important. Like stack operations, DQ operations are also important. Let's see the memory representation of queue. Here there is a two methods to represent a memory. First one is static memory allocation, then second one is dynamic memory allocation. Here only we discuss the static memory allocation, and the static memory allocation is always using array. So static memory allocation is always using array. In a memory representation we discuss when it reaches the overflow, when it is underflow. What is the meaning of overflow? All the elements are full, all the queue elements are full. That condition is called overflow. If there is no elements in the queue, that is called underflow. Let's discuss when it is overflow, when it is underflow. Consider the example. Q is an array, have n number of elements. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on are the index values. Elements are A, B, C, D. Then this one is the front end. This one is the rear end. We know that elements are deleted from front, elements are inserted from rear. Let's then write the condition for underflow. Condition for underflow. What is the meaning of underflow? Underflow means there is no element in the queue, that is empty. When we say it is empty, when we say the array is empty, if front is equal to null, then print underflow. Q is underflow. That is the condition for underflow. If the front pointer is in negative, so null means this is the position of null. If it is in this position, then we say there is no elements in the queue. If rear is also in null, then also we say it is in underflow. Then the condition for overflow is, what is the meaning of overflow? Overflow means queue is full. What is the condition for overflow? If rear is equal to maximum. If it is equal to n or it reaches the maximum element, that is there is a 4 items or 4 memory location. If the position of the rear is here, then this is the maximum element. If the rear is equal to max, then we have to print overflow. So these are the two conditions for underflow and overflow. The queue is represented using array, another one is using linked list. If you using array means it is a static memory representation. In a static memory representation, there is a 2 pointers. One is front pointer, another one is rear pointer. In the definition we use AND, but in a implementation, in a memory implementation, these two are the pointers, rear pointer and front pointer. The rear pointer is used to insert a element, front pointer is used to delete a element. If the front pointer is in null pointer, front pointer is focused in a null pointer, see the condition, front is equal to null. Here null means it is a negative index value. We know that array is always start from 0. If it is in negative index value means there is no element in the queue. That condition is called underflow. Then rear end is, a rear pointer is used to insert a new element to the existing queue. If the rear pointer reaches the maximum element, that condition is called overflow. That is the full, queue is full. That condition is called overflow. So these are the two conditions to represent a memory. The linked list is discussed in the next lessons. Thank you.